Hello, boys and girls. I got a book to share with you here today called Unfurling the Freedom Flag, a 9/11 story. And this book was written by Tara Riley Krohn. This book tells the story of the freedom flag that we've been talking about all week, and it tells how it came to exist. I hope you enjoy it. On September 10th, 2001, I did not exist. And truthfully, I wish I never did. I was an undiscovered inspiration that only lived in the deep channels of one man's heart. I had no shape, no color, no symbol, no purpose. History had paved the past. Soldiers left, less soldiers returned. All from a war that did not know the word thanks. Years marched on, healing happened, but not for everyone. Strength eventually returned. Yellow became known as the color of a ribbon around a tree. Remember, red, white, and blue steadily became bolder and connected to a sense of pride. The American flag was routinely raised at dawn and lowered at dusk. But on a bright blue morning of September 11th, 2001, I was shaken to my core. The grand towers fell, an impenetrable building crumbled, and a benevolent farm field became a battleground. I heard a faint calling. Then on September 12th, as my founder watched the events from the previous day unfold on the television in Richmond, Virginia, my purpose was set into motion, as Americans promised to never forget. I traveled from within along his arms and out through a pen onto a blank napkin upon a table in his restaurant. Inspired by the neglect that his brother experienced at the conclusion of the Vietnam War, my artist allowed his passionate ideas to flow, and his vision became concrete. Sketch by sketch, I took shape. Did you know that you are woven into a flag? It's true. First, Old Glory Blue spilled onto the blank canvas. This color signifies vigilance, perseverance, and justice. To me, it also encompasses all Americans united for freedom. In this simple blue rectangle, I shout, "United we must stand." That's you. Upon this field of blue, a brilliant white star was laid to rest, a powerful symbol of all who lived and died for freedom. A single tear then fell from the corner of my artist's eye. Surrounding this star, in the formation of a pentagon, are 5 solid bars, one for each of the branches of service: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard, who valiantly serve to protect our freedom on a daily basis. But these emblems do not tell my whole story. I could feel a surge of adrenaline as blood pumped faster through his veins. This passion poured out along the top in a band of red, a painful reminder of the bloodshed of those who perished while serving at the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, and the unsuspecting crew and passengers of American Airlines Flight 77. Shaded along the bottom came another band of red to signify the bravery and sacrifice of the crew and passengers of United Airlines Flight 93 who rallied to fight back over Shanksville, Pennsylvania. As they once defined the lower Manhattan skyline, 2 broad, bold stripes of red were situated in the middle to symbolize the iconic Twin Towers of the World Trade Center that collapsed in New York City. They represented all that passed away at what became known as Ground Zero. It was all so surreal and painfully overwhelming. At that moment, I recognized that buildings had fallen. However, people of resolve rose up. Where most people were fleeing from danger and running out of the buildings, brave heroes sprinted toward the danger to help. Firefighters, police officers, rescue workers, Port Authority employees, and many other selfless volunteers worked tirelessly during and after the terrorist attacks. Finally, 3 stripes represented in a hue of white for purity and innocence serve as the complete contrast to the dust and smoke that enveloped that day. They symbolize the heart of heroes, past, present, and future, who provide us comfort from the loss. At that point, the pen was placed upon the table, and my designer sat back in his chair, content, relieved, and exhausted, yet not realizing what was just created before his eyes. From the day of my birth, my unfurling, I have waved to aging veterans, patriotic citizens, elected officials, grieving families, and eager children to tell my powerful story over and over again as the Virginia symbol of remembrance of September 11th, 2001. But my founder always envisioned my mission as much, much larger. Now in 50 states, I desire to become the national symbol of remembrance for 9/11. It is my life's mission to fly high above the land that I love and boldly claim that we will never forget. I now have a purpose. I am the freedom flag. I am forever. But what does this mean for you? Simply share my story. This copy of Unfurling the Freedom Flag, a 9/11 story, has been donated to Taylorville Primary School as part of the 2022 National Freedom Flag and World Trade Center Steel Education Program in honor of the 21st anniversary of 9/11. It is our hope that you will raise the Freedom Flag each year on Patriot Day 9/11, read the meaning of its 10 elements, hold a moment of silence, and fly or display it through the month of September. By doing so, you can help keep the promise America made in the days after the terrorist attacks to never forget the victims, survivors, families, and heroes who were forever affected by that fateful day. This beautifully illustrated book was envisioned to help our all-volunteer nonprofit organization bring the simple, amazing story of the Freedom Flag to the next generation of Americans in K-12 schools across the United States and beyond.